Good evening, Master Duel fans. James Polk here, and we got us a final set of gold fights for you guys to tune in. Let's see what my opponent is on. Whoa! Up against trains. Wow, never saw this one coming. Actually, though, like yeesh. And at this point, as soon as I saw Earth Machines, it made me think, yup, I'm pretty much going to lose the game from the get-go. Normal summons Night Express Knight, make it 0. Derek Crane comes out special. XZ summon into Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, Super Dora. Not Gustav Max, but Super Dora. And I'm surprised my opponent didn't go into Gustav all of a sudden. Like, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I had the breakthrough skill set just in case if my opponent were to Juggernaut detach for the 2000 boost. That was for the intention of breakthrough skill. But since that's never going to happen that way, I'm pretty much going to have to save that breakthrough skill for something else, one way or the other. And opponent decides to go straight to battle phase rather than going into Juggernaut out the gate like this for a whopping 32. And as for Super Dora, as of anyone's turn, he is literally towers throughout the whole entire turn. And surprisingly enough, my opponent did not use the Super Dora effect in either draw or standby. So, ladies and gentlemen, same old song and dance combo, minus the damage dealing, all from Dark Ruler. After one full cheesy combo later, Axis covers off. Now, I'm surprised my opponent did not do the big brain play. But what the big brain play should have been, have that train player use the effect of Super Dora, detach or from Derek Crane, remove access code, and at that point, I pretty much would have ended up losing the game from the get-go just because of Super Dora detaching Derek Crane. So keep in mind, guys, even if the effects are negated, detaching is cost. So in that situation, I would have immediately lost, have the opponent detach Derek Crane. But Axis Cub, Banish Artemis, kill the Super Dora. Spirit Charmers, sorry about this Ash. But adding in the Asa and ditching or setting the partnership just in case we have Asa in hand for the destruction. And never mind about the destruction. Raigeki came in high. So, Revolving Switchyard. If a level 10 Earth Machine is normal or special outside of the damage step, activate this. Your opponent takes no battle damage throughout the whole turn, even if it leads. Also, special 1 level 4 Earth Machine with 18 or more from deck, and if you do, make it level 10. And on top of that, send 1 card from your hand to the grave, add 1 level 10 Earth Machine from deck to hand. 1 effect of Revolving Switchyard per turn and only once that turn. 1 effect or the other, can't do both. Ditching. Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede. If this card is normal or special, it basically reborns any Earth Machine from grave that isn't Railroad Stampede. Special in defense, but negates effects. And on top of that, target one other face-up monster you control. The level of that monster or this card becomes that level. So, level modulation for the turn, and the turn you do this, You cannot do attacks except Xyz. Adds Night Express Knight, so I'm convincing he has one in hand. Yes, he does. Summons Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede, but Breakthrough Skill comes in hot, keeping the Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede in check. Super Express Bullet Train from out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. At this rate, and oh my goodness, that is exact lethal. I am so mad that my opponent had the bullet train hidden in hand this whole time. So, cannot declare an attack unless you send 2 other cards you control to the grave. So, in this situation, Stampede first, and then Bullet Train exact lethal, by sending the field spell and the Stampede after. And then you can only use each of the effects of Super Express Bullet Train once per turn. If all monsters you control are Earth Machines, minimum of 1. Special this from the hand, so free special. And on top of that, during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard just because it was sent there this turn, target 1 machine monster in your grave except itself, add it to hand. And surprisingly enough, my opponent decides not to go for fully lethal, but instead, I pretty much had what you call partnerships saved up for the ASA in terms of defending myself. Half he would have kept the 2 monsters on board, but nope, linked off for double-headed Anger Knuckle. 2 machines in general to make it. Can't be used as link material, simple. One of the following effects per turn and only once that turn. One effect or the other, can't do both. During the main phase, send 1 monster from hand or field to grave, including itself. Then target 1 level 10 machine in your grave, special in defense, but negate its effects. And on top of that, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 card from hand or field to the grave, special this card. Gets in for 15, but partnerships, specialing out the dark, awakening spell just to draw 1. And what do we draw from awakening spell? Grand Spirit Art, and Bullet Train adds the Daring Blade. Activates the field spell. And at that point, the train player just scooped, knowing that he realized that anything that the train player does once the card resolves, it ends up getting negated. And it's scoop phase for the train player. Match as I fight for platinum. Yup, up against Red Dragon Archfiends, and this made me think, if he makes this 1 card turn 1 like it's no tomorrow, Supernova, I believe. If he makes Supernova turn 1, I'm pretty much gonna walk out of this game immediately. As for Flare Resonator, a synchro monster that uses this card as synchro material gains 300 attack, and based on this whole board, I am so sorry to the Red Dragon player, but same old song and dance for combo pieces time. Activates Instant Fusion. 4,000 Eyes Restrict. Restrict. Absorb the Crimson Resonator. Link off Restrict for Artemis. Specials Red Ryu. Normal Asa. Specials Reaper by sending Asa and Artemis. Reaper revive Osa. Reaper and Renryu for Wind Link. Reaper affect the search, but Ash keeps the Reaper in check. And have he not have the Ash in hand, I would have searched for the Awakening spell and it would have been fully lit. Monster Reborn's the Ash. Wind Link and Ash for Hita Link. Hita Link revive the Ash. Ash and Osa for Osa Link. Osa and Hita Links for Access Code. And this time, for the first time ever, Access Code without using Celine. Banishing Artemis, banishing Wind off from Access. And Access getting in there for 43. And what was the removal off from face down? Resonator command, you know? Half Ash got in the way from me searching that Awakening spell. I would have already made Celine from the usual standard combo. But since I had less than 2 spells when this happens, you can pretty much do that same combo, but not the standard combo. So most cases, I had 2 Charmer Links, make Access, and for the first time ever, without Celine, by the way, the 2 Charmers into Access as you saw earlier, and this time it's at 43 instead of the regular 53. So as for the Resonator command, by the way, discard 1 Resonator monster at 1 level 4 or lower, Fiend monster from deck to hand, hard once on Resonator command. And at this point, we got a destruction off from partnerships. No way. Assault Beast. So this means he's playing Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode. Ah, no way. So the case about Assault Beast is discard this, add 1 Assault mode activate from deck to hand. And as for Assault Mode, activate Tribute to Synchro, Special 1 Assault Mode monster, based off from the name text, offer the original Synchro. In the early years involving Assault Mode activate, Stardust was the biggest threat of all threats in terms of Assault modes, because Stardust Assault can just pretty much literally negate anything, everything that isn't counter traps, not once. And once it comes back from the graveyard, it gets to negate something again, and it keeps coming back from the graveyard. The resurrection of Stardust Assault is not once, and the Omni negation too many times to count. That isn't counter traps. And then the Red Dragon player is spooked. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for all the gold fights, as your favorite Charmer enthusiast has reached Platinum. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and I'll catch you guys next time.